Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, the original gamer CoCoFEST, and this is now the third submission I've gotten on some basic programs. And so this is very cool to see some people taking an interest in this and even submitting things as well. So this one was sent to me by John Mark Mobley of the Genside Color Computer Club. These are the folks that that host CoCoFEST and sponsor CoCoFEST, all that good stuff, provide it for us. And this was a demo that was done on the Color Computer 1 or 2 originally, I think. It was then converted to the Color Computer 3. And here's a story on how this demo was recreated. So apparently this demo was in a magazine, and it was all typed into a magazine. And this was a very common thing to do back in the days, is that you bought a Rainbow magazine or another magazine. They would take a line printing of the program, take that and put it into the pages of the magazine so you could see the lines and you could type it all back in yourself. Now, what they did was they took this magazine that was scanned, so it was an electronic copy of the magazine. They took the scanned copy. They then had to do what was called OCR, optical character recognition, to convert what was scanned back into text. Spell check and other things like that made it not exactly accurate, so then it had to be kind of massaged and cleaned up and stuff. So some human intervention was also taken. I'm wondering, you know, if the program's not that big, if it was going to be just easier to type it back in. But in any case, they scanned it, they converted it into a modern computer, cleaned it up, and then got it into a disk that could run on the CoCo. And what is it going to draw? This is going to draw the Ghostbusters logo using draw commands and lines and circles and paint commands to create the logo. So let's try the first one, which is called Ghost, G-H-O-S-T, G-H-O-S-T-S-B-T. This is the first Ghostbusters demo. Whoa, okay. What am I doing here? Let's just go through them in order. So we have, okay, we have G-H-O-S-T-S-B-S-T. Let's try that one. Can I not spell G-H-O-S-T-B-S-T? Maybe we spell it that way. Okay, we have a blue background. Is there supposed to be sound? I don't know. I hit enter. Okay. This was, okay, there it is. This is the Ghostbusters background. And this is using probably like a P mode 3 or 4 situation that used the red and blue colors. Very simple. Very straightforward. So this is just the normal Ghostbusters logo. So how was this done? Well, circles were drawn, lines were drawn, and then the draw statement was probably used as well. And then the paint command was used to paint that in. If we were to list through this real quick, we have P mode 4. We're waiting for somebody to press the enter key. We clear the screen. A lot of draw statements are going on here. Then we have some circles. Then we have some more draws, more circles, more draws, more circles, more draws. Actually, I don't even see any lines in here whatsoever. So it's circles, draws, and paints, right? So you hit enter. A lot of drawing. Pretty cool. Paints it all in. And then boom, we are done. Ghostbusters logo. So that's the original version of the Ghostbusters logo. I think it looks pretty good. So let's see what else we have now. There's a couple different versions of this. So let's try Ghost BS2. Okay, select the video mode that you're running. So this one has been converted to work on the Color Computer 3. Since I'm running a Color Computer 3 with RGB, we will press 4. It says after it is done, use the arrow keys. Interesting. Okay, so the colors look weird because I chose RGB, right? This seems kind of strange. It says use the arrow keys. After it's done, use the arrow keys. Is it done? After it's done, use the arrow keys. Okay, nothing seems to be happening. Okay. I should probably type in RGB. I should run it again. I'm going to choose option 4, CoCo 4 with RGB. The colors just look wrong to me. Configuration. Let me change my configuration to RGB and VCC. Okay, when I change the VCC configuration to RGB, that looks better. But now it says use the arrow keys. And I don't know what using the arrow keys is supposed to do. Oh, that's what's happening. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. So when you use the arrow keys, which I have to keep hitting, I can't hold it down either, it doesn't repeat. Using the arrow keys is kind of like an etch-a-sketch where you can draw. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so let's look on to the next one. Let's look at Ghostbusters 3. GHOSTBS3. Okay, we're going to do CoCo 3 RGB. It's drawing it in, it's painting it. Painting in the black background. And it's done. Are the arrow keys still working? Arrow keys are not working. So this one just draws it and then it's done. It just draws the demo. Very cool though. It's a very nice looking thing. When you look at the amount of lines, yeah, 390. So 39 lines. When you look at the size of these on disk too, these are all using up like 1K. 1K of stuff. So the amount of space that's being taken up is much smaller than if this was to be saved as an image. The image would take up, if this was a binary image for the CoCo, that image would take up like 6K of disk space for that image. The fact that we can have a very small basic program draw out this logo is pretty cool. I don't remember if that was 3 or 4 that I just ran, so we're going to run GhostBS 4. I don't know if this is the one, CoCo 4 RGB. Okay. Painting everything in. Okay, this one does not have the arrow keys. Okay. That might have been the one that I just did. And so the last one is Ghostbusters 5. So Ghost GHOSTBS 5. This one might be the one that draws it. Okay. This one has something to do with logical, which I don't have. For our CoCo 3 RGB, this might be the one that draws it and redraws it. I'm not sure. This will be interesting to, when we get into using the get and put command, it'd be interesting to kind of get this logo and then move it around the screen kind of like a bouncing ball. That might be kind of cool. So that one, that's all that one does. So that's it's still pretty cool. It is very, very cool. I don't know what L is. There's something on here called L. That might not even supposed to be on here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what this is doing. I don't know what that is. Okay, that's a CoCo 3 thing, and my screen is off the screen because we've gone into a different mode. All right. Okay. Very cool. So let me just reset the CoCo because the CoCo is in a way that I can't see it. So let's just close with showing the original Ghostbusters again. Okay. Let's run the original Ghostbusters and let's just run Ghost BST. And I think I'm going to have to change, yeah, I'm going to have to change this back to composite screen. And I'm going to hit enter. That's how we get our artifacts. And here it is. So here's your red and blues. Looks very nice. This is the Ghostbusters logo. It's just cool. It's just plain old cool. That's all I can say about it. Did not take up a lot of programming to do this, a lot of draw commands, so moving the lines and pixels, and it is very much still like an etch-a-sketch when you use a draw command, but you're telling the etch-a-sketch where to go in advance. And you can even, which is better than a real etch-a-sketch, you can actually pick up the pen and move it somewhere else and draw in another spot without having to turn the wheels and erase everything on the screen on your path. So yeah, the draw command is all about up, down, left, right, but it also introduces diagonal movements too, which Etch-a-Sketch does not offer, but it's very, very cool. So here you have it, Ghostbusters. This was, I don't remember who the original author was, but this was in a magazine, 80 Micro or something like that. It was a computer magazine of the 80s that was then scanned and converted by the Genside Color Computer Club. So Bob Swagger and John Mark Mobley were involved in this. This appeared in one of their newsletters. Kids are still yelling in the house over there. Gotta love the kids. Yeah, so cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed this little peek. This is using Draw, Circle, and Paint. So it's really impressive what you can do with Extended Color Basic on your color computer. boom, there you have it. We got more videos to do. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and looking forward to hearing what you have to say. If you got some discs you want to share with me with some programming examples that I can show off, you can email them to me at ogStevieStrow@gmail.com. Also check out my website, ogStevieStrow.com, for links to all kinds of cool color computer stuff, including some merchandise by myself. You can get CoCo t-shirts, you can get CoCo DVDs, retro swag, you name it, we got it. We'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Bye-bye, everybody. Keep on gaming. Keep on programming. CoCo forever. Programming forever. Basic is the boss. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye, everybody.